From the Up Studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OU update. I'm Jenni Carlson. The Oklahoma men hit the road this weekend. They go to Baylor to face the Bears. Mike Baldwin joins us on the phone. And Mike, Bears came to Norman earlier this year, and Sooners gave them a little bit of a test. Is this a chance maybe for them to score an upset? Talk a little bit about this matchup.
Well, you think the odds are pretty long because Baylor, I mean, remember, they're 0-4 against Missouri and Kansas and only lost one other game against anybody else in the Big 12. They're long, they're athletic. Some people say they're the most talented team in the country. However, Kansas State went in there and beat them in Waco last weekend when nobody really gave Kansas State much of a chance after Baylor had already won in Manhattan. And so they're known for having a little bit of lulls now and then, and the fact that Oklahoma has struggled for the most part and Baylor knows that they've got more things in front of them, there's an outside chance that Baylor could look past them and maybe the Sooners give them a little better game than most people thought, but they'll be a double-digit underdog.
Yeah, for sure. Baylor, one of the better teams in the country, not just in the conference. And Mike, you mentioned that athleticism, and yet Baylor defensively oftentimes uses a zone defense instead of a man defense. How could that play into what we see on Saturday, what the Sooners may try to do?
Well, Pledger gets really hot at times, and he's carried this team, Stephen Pledger, and so he's had some monster games throughout his career. The most memorable maybe is the overtime win at Iowa State last year when both those teams were struggling, but he goes in there and scores 38 points. He's had over 30 another time or two. That if they fall a little bit asleep on that zone and all of a sudden he finds a hot hand, that's one of those factors sometimes they can really help a team stay in a game and maybe even have a shot at an upset. So that'd be one of the things to watch for in this game for sure.
All right, thanks, Mike. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.